dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. We start this evening in Jackson County, where the KSP are investigating the death of an elderly woman. Police say they received a call shortly after 8:30 p.m. on Saturday about a dead woman inside a home on Rice Hill Road in McKee. Troopers say 83-year-old Mary King Abrams possibly suffered fatal injuries from a puncture wound. Officials also said foul play is expected. An autopsy is scheduled at the medical examiner's office in Frankfort. If you have any information regarding this investigation, you can call KSP Post 7 at 859-623-2404. Officials with the Wise County Sheriff's Office are warning people of a new phone scam. According to police, the scammer claims they're an employee at a local law enforcement agency. The scammer tells the person they've missed a court date and says the person can handle the situation by making an immediate payment over the phone. If you receive this scam call, officials said you should hang up immediately and call the Wise County Sheriff's Office at 276-328-3566. 1, 2, 3 cameras caught a person breaking into the Hazard Perry County Little League concession stand last night. Hats, an air conditioning unit, and more were taken, leading to an investigation by Hazard Police. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how the Little League is looking for help identifying the suspect.
Waking up after a long season of baseball down hundreds of dollars worth of property.
We finished our season like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and then somebody wants to break in and, do damage and steal. Basically from the kids is the way we kind of look at it, and it's frustrating.
Jody Maggard looked at his phone this morning and found video of someone breaking into the concession stand at around 5 a.m. this morning. He called the police and put the video on social media for residents who are passionate about baseball to see.
People are passionate about the Hazard Perry County Little League. Their kids have played in it, their grandkids have played, they've played. We're almost a 70-year-old league here.
Not only passion, but hard work is put in by volunteers to run the league, which makes the incident even harder to process.
We put a lot of work and effort and resources, the community does. People dedicate a lot of time down here.
This is not the first time someone has broken into the concession stand and stolen property, and Maggard says stealing from kids just does not make sense.
I think a lot of people just go down wrong directions in life and leads to some issues. And
Maggard says he hopes legal action will be taken when the suspect is found. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Maggard says the Little League is offering a $500 reward for anyone who can identify the thief. Anyone with a tip on who the suspect might be is encouraged to call the Hazard Police Department.
Well, summer heat continues across the mountains, but we are watching out for some changes as we get into your next work week. Let's take a live look over at I-64 in Moorhead. Plenty of sunshine and blue skies today, and also plenty of warm temperatures, sitting at 83 over in Whitesburg. But check out the dew point of 70, so very sticky and muggy as you walk out the door. Upper 80s for most of us, 88 for London, 86 in Somerset and Jackson, 84 in Pikeville, 85 over in Clintwood. Upon Pinpoint Doppler, all is quiet across the mountains this evening. But our attention turns to this cold front near Chicago that is pushing into our direction, and that is going to bring showers and thunderstorms into the mountains by next week. But tonight, though, the forecast looks pretty good. We stay mostly dry. We could see a few stray showers, but most of us are going to stay dry, warm, and muggy. Low temperatures only falling into the lower 70s. I have that complete forecast coming up in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thanks, Cameron. Families in Prestonsburg came out last night to celebrate and prepare for the upcoming school year. The City of Prestonsburg Back to School Bash kicked off last night around 6 p.m. and officials say hundreds of families flooded Archer Park for free toiletries, inflatables, food, and more. Prestonsburg Elementary School Family and Youth Services Resource Center Director Rebo Reynolds says this is a very important event in Floyd County.
This is one of the most important events that we do in our county the entire year. It's a way to let our parents know we're here to support you. We're here for you. Our community's here for you. And I know our families need this, and it's very evident when you look around and see how many people are standing in line for this service today.
Reynolds added that she estimated more than 1,000 total people at the event last night. We'll have more from the Back to School Bash tonight at 11. But believe it or not, summer is more than halfway over and back-to-school events are back. With COVID cases on the rise throughout the Commonwealth, doctors are saying getting their children vaccinated should be on the top of every parent's checklist. Dr. Christina Bryant is with Norton Children's. She says recently more kids are getting COVID, though hospitalizations are still low.
I do think it is remarkable, though, that this morning we had 4 children hospitalized with COVID at the Children's Hospital, because for some time now, there have been many days when we've had no kids hospitalized.
Doctors say the best way to fight the trending cases is to make sure your child has gotten their COVID shots before the start of school. In addition to mask wearing, the CDC also recommends going back to avoiding crowded indoor events, physical distancing, and of course, staying home if you feel sick. School supplies will be given out to those in need at 2 upcoming giveaway events hosted by the Campbell County Sheriff's Office. The first school supply giveaway will be on July 29th at Jellicoe High School from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Another event will be held July 30th at Campbell County High School. That's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to take place at the La Follette side. An announcement noted. CCSO officials said supplies were first come, first serve and could only be picked up in a drive-through. Officials also noted that they preferred the children attend the events if possible. First responders in Pikeville got soaked this weekend, but all for a good cause. Pikeville police and firefighters got into the Dunk a First Responder dunking booth throughout Saturday and Sunday to raise money for Christmas with a first responder. In the multi-agency effort, officials say $2,600 was raised over 2 days, which will help 11 more local kids have a great Christmas this coming December. A 12-year-old boy fell through a roof of a condemned Lexington building back in April. Since then, his community has rallied behind him and his family. Sunday, 50 baseball teams played in a tournament benefiting Cameron called Grand Slam for Cam. And some actually did hit grand slams for Cam, like his friend Juan.
Base was loaded. I was just thinking about Cam, and I had a home run, drove one for him.
Cam's grandmother says she appreciates all of the community's support, and there's really only one thing she can ask for them right now: prayers. That tournament is just now wrapping up, so we're not quite sure on how much money the events raised, but the last tournament they hosted raised more than $4,500 for Cameron. After going through breast cancer herself, one Bowling Green woman decided to take matters into her own hands to make it easier for women to self-examine their breasts by simply opening an app on their phone. Jessica Baladad was diagnosed with breast cancer at just 33 years old. She says one day she found a lump during a self-exam, but didn't think much of it. She adds that a few weeks prior she had gone to the doctor and also had a clinical exam, but nothing was said. Baladad later found out the lump was indeed breast cancer. Due to her own experience, she wanted to help others, so she created the app Feel for Your Life.
I'll hear from women every day all over the world who said, "Hey Jessica, I found a lump because of your app. I went to the doctor. It ended up being nothing, but now I have an advocacy plan in place for myself. I do myself breast exams. I get clinical exams once a month. I'm talking to my doctor about genetics, and I'm going to see what my cancer disposition is, something along those lines is what they tell me about." And I'm like, wow, I didn't think it would have this kind of impact.
You can get the Feel for Your Life app at the Apple Store or Google Play Store. You can also go to their website, feelforyourlife.com. Coming up at 6, a national heat wave makes its way to the northeast while wildfires burn out west.
And all is quiet across the mountains this evening, but some changes are on the way. I have that full forecast coming up.